What is up, my fellow mobile gamers? Today's video, we got our best guide for gear and also some brand new coupon codes, 3 to be exact. All right, our first code is going to be WORFB, so it's Watcher of Realms, Facebook fans 20K. Next code we got is WORYTBFANS 5K. So this is basically Watcher of Realms, YouTube fan base 5K. And the last code is WORDC fans 10K. This is the Discord one. 3 times for a total of 300 juicy diamonds. All right, now let's go over our gear. So this is, you're gonna head over to our raids. We have 3 different gear raids that we can do, 1, 2, and 3. Now the first thing is we have to talk about is you're gonna face 2 problems when it comes to gear. And you're gonna notice that you're gonna be farming gear endlessly, and the first problem is the gear drops or the stats on the gear are complete RNG aside from a 2-piece gear sets. We'll talk about that briefly in a minute. But you're pretty much going to be farming gear endlessly your entire career playing this game, trying to get those perfect stat rolls. The other thing that you're going to run into is when you are going ahead and upgrading those gear pieces, it initially doesn't seem very expensive. We go ahead and we enhance this. This is going up to level 9. It's going to cost us roughly 4,250 gold. It may not seem like a lot, but as you go ahead and you keep going to those next tiers for that gear piece, the success rate greatly drops, and they also do get more expensive to the point where when you are rolling on a mythic item, a red item, to try and get to those level 16 substats, the success rate is very tiny. And I mean, you can waste hundreds of thousands of gold just on one upgrade when you're just trying to get that mythic to max level. So you got to be careful with how you go ahead and upgrade this gear. You don't want to upgrade crap gear and waste gold, because every little bit counts. I'm telling you right now. It may seem like you have a ridiculous amount of gold at the moment, like I do. I've got 30 million, but once you start getting that higher tier gear and you start upgrading it, you blow through that gold so fast, you're going to be wishing you didn't waste gold on junk gear. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over the different gears and the rarities and stuff like that. So we have a couple different rarities. You have your blues, you have your purples, and then reds, and so on and so forth. The higher the rarity, the more substats it will have. So if we take a look at one of these basic blue rares and compare it to a gold legendary, you'll see that this only has 1 substat, while the yellow gold legendary has 3 substats. So that's the main difference between the rarities. The other is the fact that the higher the rarity, the more it can be upgraded. So this first one right here, it can only be upgraded 4 times, and that unlocks its 1 substat. Whereas with this legendary piece of gear, this can be upgraded to a maximum of 12, unlocking its final substat at level 12. All the substats, they go in increments of 4. So it's 4, 8, 12, and then 16. What stats are we looking for? The main stats are going to be any of the bonuses, the ones that go ahead and give you a percentage increase. The percentage increases are always the best, and they're always going to be better than a flat stat. And that is because those flat stats they're static, right? They don't scale with your character. What I mean by that is this attack bonus 34%. As we go ahead and level up this hero, his attack just will naturally increase as his level increases, and it's just going to continue to go higher because of that percentage increase. So you always want to try and get percentages on any of your rolls because they scale with your character's base stats. Now, because we want to look out for those percentage rolls, we're going to be wanting them to be our main stat. So you'll see that we have a main stat at the top, and then underneath that main stat, we have our substats. The substats only unlock once you reach those increment levels, upgrading that piece of gear. So that first substat unlocks when we reach level 4, and it will not upgrade anymore. So this HP bonus right now, you'll see, is at 20.5%. If we go ahead and we upgrade this to level 13, None of these substats will increase. The only stat that will increase is going to be the main stat right here. So our attack bonus will continue to increase all the time until we get to the point where we can't upgrade it anymore. You don't really want to go ahead and upgrade any gear that has those flat stats as a main stat. You want to look out for something like this, attack bonus. This is absolutely amazing. And then after that, you can kind of worry about the substats, but it's mostly just early game getting that really good main roll. The other thing that you're going to notice is we have set gear, and those set gear pieces give us bonuses if we equipped all of the same set pieces. 3 pieces, if we have all 3 pieces, we are going to get an extra AoE damage increase of 18%. Now, the other thing you're gonna notice is that it's not always the best choice to prioritize the gear set bonuses over the actual stats. So don't come in here and think, oh my gosh, because I don't get the gear set bonus, this is like a bad combination. That's stuff that you don't really need to worry about until you get to those higher gear raid stages. Early to mid game, you really just want to focus on buffing your character's attack as much as possible. Don't fixate on trying to get that set bonus, because you could get this set bonus, but you could have really, really bad main stats that are just like flat stats. And at that point, it's not better. Now, the 2 stats that are constant and actually never change no matter what gear drops is going to be your 2-piece sets. So you're gonna have a hand piece, like a weapon, and then you're gonna have like a chest piece, which is like your armor. The weapon always has attack as its main stat. No matter what it is, no matter what set it is, no matter what rarity it is, this is always going to be an attack as its main stat. So for these 2, you want to prioritize on trying to get good substats and also matching that gear set bonus. Whereas when we have our 3-piece sets, these ones we're really just trying to get those bonus percentages as our main stats, and then you can kind of worry about trying to complete that gear set bonus. So there's 2 different aspects to the gear that you just have to pay attention to. And then the armor is always going to have HP as your main stat. You can never get anything else. You'll never get an HP percentage roll. It'll always be this flat stat. Just like this one will always be this flat attack stat as well. And you can kind of go through here and you can look at them. I mean, I've got 336 pieces of gear, and all the 2 pieces, they are exactly the same. They all have that attack for the weapon as a flat. I'll go over some examples of some like good rolls that just to look out for. Let's say we're looking for gear for a damage dealer. On our 2-piece set, the HP we can't change, so we're just gonna have to deal with that. But for our substats, we would want stuff like an attack bonus along with an attack flat stat, so that way you can get both, because you can't get attack bonus twice. That's the other thing that I also have to mention is like you can't get one of these substats twice. So you'll never see attack bonus on here twice. You'll never see attack, just a attack flat stat twice. You'll never see HP twice or anything, but you can get attack bonus, which would be a percentage, and then just a regular attack, which is a raw number. So that's what you want to look out for your damage dealers: an attack bonus plus an attack, also attack speed, also crit damage is a percentage, or crit rate is also a percentage as well. Any one of those to just increase the amount of damage. This mythic one right here that I got is a really good example of something to look out for damage dealers. This would be an absolutely amazing piece of gear if it was a 2-piece. However, this is a 3-piece gear and it has a flat HP, unfortunately. But substat wise, we got attack speed, attack bonus. The only thing we're missing is like some crit damage or crit rate, and this would be like the ultimate gear piece right here, minus that HP flat stat. If we could have got like attack percentage, this would have been an amazing mythic piece of gear. Just quickly to go over the healing effect stat. I know a lot of people ask about this. I'm gonna do like a whole video where we do some like testing to kind of see the difference between healing effects and then buffing like a healer's HP or attack stat that they require to go ahead and do their healing. This strictly helps out any healer. It lets them heal more, or any hero that has self-healing as well. So if a hero has some self-healing, like let's go to the Abomination guy and take a look at his one skill. This one right here, where his passive Ultimate Torment to 40%. He becomes invulnerable for 4 seconds, and then he restores a percentage of his max HP. So anytime a hero has some type of self-healing effects, then that is when that healing effect bonus will add on to that. That is it. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed the video. Stay happy, stay safe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.